Hello everyone. No, this is not a video that you've watched before, and yes, I am on PEG22 at Acorn again. Now what you won't realise is that I actually drew this peg Tuesday. It's now it's now Saturday, and I'm on the first match of the Winter League here. And I've drawn PEG22 again. I drew PEG22 Tuesday on the open match. I didn't do very well off it, and my camera footage sort of let me down, so I haven't put it out there for you guys to see. So you know already how many times I've drawn this peg, and this is yet again I've drawn it again, and I drew it 3 or 4 days ago. So it's just getting beyond a joke now. I'm starting to feel like there's some sort of, you know, cosmic conspiracy against me for PEG22. Anyway, today it's a sections event, so I'm fishing really against everybody from, I think, right down there where the closest white van is, all the way down to the corner. That's everybody in my section, 7-man section. I've just got to do as well as I can, get some good points for the league. 6 rounds, and this is the first one, so you want to get off to a good start. You can drop one, but you don't really want to have your dropper on your first round. A lot of people seem to think I'm on a flyer, but based on Tuesday, I feel like I'm not. I've brought a lot of maggot with me today because I feel like I'm going to start gently with maggot, but then I might be able to attack it with a maggot later. But we'll see. Catch you guys later. Right guys, you can hear me. It's 10:56, so we're like 40 minutes in. I went over dobbing some bread. I had a tiny little carp that's about the same size as a roach, and I've had a roach. The only other thing I've done is put bait in under the bridge to my right. I put a big pot of bait in under the bridge to my right, and what I found was that just here in front of me, you see that there, it's slightly shallower there than it is under the bridge, but not enough for me to like feel like I need a different rig. So what I'm doing is I'm swinging this rig out here and chucking a couple of pellets at it each time. I'm just giving it a chance to go under, and if it doesn't go under, then I'm going out under the bridge and giving it a chance to go under there. So far I've had one F1 from here, and I've just had a nice sized tench from over there, not one of the really big ones, but like a pound, so that's nice. So I've had a 2 pound F1 and a 1 pound tench, which actually is doing alright. There's a few people foul looking carp, there's odd fish coming out, but as usual the carp are not really having it, so it's just a case of trying to catch what you can until they do have it. Today there's no silvers money, it's just sections, so you just got to try and catch what you can, and when it's sections you've not got to try and worry about trying to beat the guys in the island who might do £100 today. I've just got to try and beat the guys around me who might only do, oops, that was rubbish, wasn't it, who might only do 50 or 60 pounds, so that just means it's just a bit more reasonable. So that doesn't go under, but then that gives me a nice accurate feed, and then I can just shit this out. Double maggot on. Some crap on the up bait. Just get that off. Lots of debris on the water again as usual. PEG22. Luckily at the moment the wind's not blowing into the bridge, so it's not all scummed up against the bridge like it was the other day when I couldn't fish it, which you didn't see. You guys wouldn't have seen that because I haven't edited that. Wasn't enough footage to make it worthwhile. So yeah, not unhappy with my start actually. I've had quite a few bites over this line to the bridge. Just hooked. The first one I hooked was that. There's a liner there. There's a lot of fish shallow, just under the surface of the water, up against this bridge. Don't really want to play the game of trying to catch shallow this time of year. Just seems like it'd be a total waste of time. Them fish are there not because they're feeding shallow, they're just there because they don't want to feed. So, but I put a fair bit of maggot down this hole, and then I'm just going to fish that out, and once I start getting indications over it, I'll put a bit more out on it. And I'm also thinking about putting some maggot up tight on the far bank at the minute. I don't know if I'm fishing that too tight. but I can always drop back down, find a bit deeper water. If these two lines short and down the middle produce, then I might be able to do something risky and actually loose feed maggot across, which is something I'd like to try. Perchy. Right, so I had a perch there, so I think you're still running. I forgot you were running, but what happened there was we came off the bridge line because it weren't happening, and I was thinking I'll top that bridge line up. Then I thought before I do, I'll just have a little look down here. Over my maggot line, give it another feed. See if I can look on the left one, or tench, or a big skimmer, or maybe even a carp. You just don't know, do you? Not a maggot. There we are. Not perch. I mean, it wasn't massive, and they're not very heavy, so it won't weigh much, but it's a fish. Right, because an hour and a bit in, and I had them fish on the short and then fish on the up against the bridge, and I thought their lines were going to go. They haven't really, but they kind of give me a freedom to have a try of something else over on the far line. So I started pinging maggots, and I started getting some indications. And I hooked a fish pretty quickly, and I lost it. My up length was a bit too weak, really. I was fishing a bit too light, so gone on a stronger up length, but I couldn't get a bite then. Pinging, I think, was spreading the bait around too much, so I've just put a little tiny pile of bait in over there, and then I've just been pinging while I tried the bridge lines and that, just to try and get some fish into there, and lo and behold, it's gone round with what feels like not a big fish, but a better fish than anything else we've had so far today. It could be foul locked, but I don't think it is. It's making its head. Nobody's told this one it's winter. Honestly, you think he's foul locked, he's fighting that hard, but he ain't. You think he was foul locked, he's fighting that hard, but he ain't. Absolute loons, aren't they? Right, there we are. Just shouting at Bob. Sorry if I swore. I'll bleep it out. He wouldn't settle down, that fish, at all. I think I'm going to put a little toss pot on the end of the pole, a little maggot thing on, and just start plopping some bait through with that. So it seemed to work quite well there. Just having a little bit of bait to fish over, but still pinging bait out to get fish in the area seems to be massive at the moment. So there we are. That's what we're doing. Huh? Oh mate, he's been there for ages, he won't move. He's been there for ages. Obviously likes it there, doesn't he? Well, let's see if we can catch a few now. I'm getting sick of one fish and then nothing. Oh gosh, it's 12:45, which we started at 10:15, isn't it? It's 2.5 hours in, so halfway through the match. I've got £13 of carp and a tench, and a roach and a perch, a roach I think. So you know, not doing that badly because many people got off that a lot more. It's finding that if I just keep putting some maggots in on this far line, rest it, or even get a fish over it. I can come and get another one. This one feels like it could be a better fish. I'm just taking my time with it. So if this is like one of the bigger 10-pounders, this will be massive. It's fishing as hard as I thought it was, and me deciding to fish just a maggot approach, which I thought could cost me if I was too negative, seems at the moment to be paying off. It does only seem to be in the real shallow water tight over where I can nick a fish. It's 2 o'clock, we've got an hour and 15 minutes to go. Not a lot's changed since the last time I spoke to you. I've caught virtually nothing else. Absolutely rock hard. I'm just rotating around all the lines I've put feed on. I'm trying to set up some new lines that I'm hoping might be able to catch me something in the remaining time. I've got some lines I've put some corn on at the bottom of the slopes, and I hope that I can get some better fish over those. I've got an edge line that I'm on now, which I've just put a bit of maggots on, see if I can draw anything in, but that's not looking like it. So I think I'm just going to big pot this line on the left hand here now, a really big pot it. And I'll put some ground bait in with it as well. Just see if I can draw anything at all in. It's just time to try and make something happen somewhere, otherwise I'm going to come nowhere, and I can use it as a throwaway. If I don't catch anything, I don't catch anything on this one. Bob's just started catching silvers down the middle. Bob's winning our section in a minute, I think, by a country mile. I'm going to go back out over my maggot line again. New maggot line over to the left. So I went over, I've been fishing over and I've had a lot of fish down the same hole with the maggot line, but it just weren't happening. So I moved slightly to the left. There's a couple of float ends deeper there. So I had to adjust all my rig, but it actually now helps because it means it fishes the margin as well nicely. That line that I've just been on, so it's the same rig now that I can use down that left hand edge. I've just found the same depth as what I've got over here. No, again, I'm just over there. I'll just keep putting 2 pinches of maggots in, and then and it seems if I put 2 pinches of maggot in with a big cup and leave it, when I go over it, there's fish there. Sometimes I'll up one, sometimes I won't. At the moment, there's definitely fish there. Quite a few fish there. Probably small stuff by the looks of it. Oh, got something this time. I don't know if it's a bigger fish, but I don't know if it's up properly or what. What's going on with it? I've lost a couple of fish today. Probably properly hooked. I've got to watch. That's it. Too much pressure on. I think we've got this one properly hooked and we can get him out. The first fish I've had for a while, I'm going live on the camera. So yeah, just going over there with a big pot, potting in 2 pinches of maggot. I'm just going to see what I can. Letting some carp come in. Yes, he's up proper. Letting some carp come in. Have a look. Hook one. And then come back. So it looks like this one's up properly. And I've got the same rig for down the left hand margin where I filled it in, so I'll be able to catch it. I've got to catch them short. If this keeps working, this will be nice. He's hooked in the pile, definitely. Very lively today considering it's so cold and the fishing's so hard. I'm sure he's up in the pile, this one. Winged him. There we got him anyway. We got a bit of luck there, didn't we? But he must have been feeding on the maggots. I might have to start one over there with a really big bunch on. So a little £3 only, £4 there, £4. And 17. Missed my clicker up there, but not matter. Yeah, so maybe I'll have to start putting bigger bunches on. That's what I'll do, maybe. Put 3 on or something like that. Right, let's go over there, put some more bait in. So all I'm putting in is like 2 pinches like that. Started feeding this line again here, hoping that maybe we can catch something there later as well. F1's turned up again. Little look down this margin quickly. Well, we put quite a lot of bait in because sometimes if there's a lot of carp about, they do come to it quick. So down on this left hand edge I've just put in a big pot, a very, very big pot, full of maggots and some ground bait. That's far too big a hook bait for that hook. I might have to change my hook length in a minute. I'll change my hook length and try and let's just see what happens first. Right guys, just turned you off. Went over to the far bank line, had a look where I said I'd fancied I might get another fish, where I've just been putting small amounts of maggots in. And had a little tench, little tiny bar of soap. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna go straight back out. There might be something else there, and I've had this little lure. Which, you know, is not a big boy, but it'll do. It'll do for us. We're going to have another quick look over there, just in case there's another fish there. And if not, we'll get a very quick bite. We'll top up, come to the short line where we put all the maggots. We'll top up and come on the other line where we put all the maggots short, the same rig. So you can see I've got multiple lines on the go. I'm just topping them up with little pinches of bait. I'm doing it through the big pot. When you've got this many lines on the go, it's just easier, and it just seems nicer and tidier when you've not got pots on your pole and you're shipping out. I'm trying to keep my pole tip away from the water today. I'm just trying to make everything as stealthy as possible. Oh, let's just grab that little in. There's a few fish sitting in that little pod. There's a little pod of fish in that little hole there. Maybe a small fish. Let's just grab that. That wasn't even on the deck. God, it's gone in. That's the most exciting thing that's happened all day. Huh? Just grabbed it as I was putting it in. It's only a little one, but it was like, I just grabbed it as I was putting it in. F1, I think. We weren't even on the deck, that weren't. I was still shipping out. I was saying it took it as it was shipping out. Yeah. Yeah, right high up in the water he is. That's it. There you are, guys. That was a nice timing to put the cameras on. 2 fish in real quick succession, which when you consider that, you know, I've got myself on about 19 or 20 pound at the minute. I think them 2 fish were £3 between them, probably. I'm going to say I've got £20. And that's quite a big chunk of my weight today when you consider how hard it's been. I was struggling to get the rig to go where I wanted it. The line had got caught on some of the reeds over there, and I was just wiggling the rig around, and the elastic just pulled out. But I missed quite a few bites over there earlier on. They're probably F1s. I've got such a long lash on. Trying to keep the pole tip away from the water, and this, you know, it's nice and it's quite clear, and it's not very deep over there, so I just don't want to have a short lash. Ooh. A little tenchy, I think. It's got that sort of jiggy, tenchy feel about it. So stocky. Not the big boys that we wanted, but at the moment we'll take him. Part of me's thinking, should I feed again or what? But I'm going to have another look, because this just keeps going under. It's ridiculous. This is the most hectic it's been all day. Don't for 1 minute think I've been fibbing to you about my day. I just happened to turn the cameras on at the right moment, which is good because it will make, at least I'll have something to make a video with. So I have actually been out 2 or 3 times this week. I was here on Tuesday, I may have mentioned it before, on this very peg as usual, but I didn't even weigh £10, and you know, other people were weighing sort of £40 around me, so it just hadn't happened for me on this peg. So I was going to do the video anyway, because I always like to do a video for you guys, but I only had 3 fish, 2 or 3 fish. Sorry, yeah, I'm getting my days mixed up. I had 3 or 4 fish, but then when I got back, one of my cameras had played up and it weren't right, and it just meant there was a hell of a lot of nothing, so didn't bother with that one. Then I went to Shiplake on Thursday, and I thought, oh, I'll get some footage there. And that's fishing really hard, and I drew PEG2, which in the summer would be a really good peg, but in the winter it's really shallow and there's no water in front of you. It was really hard. I caught a total of 3 fish. I had 2 bream for £5 together, and a carp for £12, so about £17. I didn't weigh in, I just chucked back. And I didn't. Again, I filmed, but I only got footage of the carp, landing the carp. So basically, it's just like it's just me getting there and then landing 1 carp. It's a bit pants, really, not really worth the effort, so I didn't bother with that either. So hopefully now, unless there's been a problem with the cameras that I'm not aware of, you're going to have a video now. So sorry it's took a while to get one out. I've been really busy, as in I've been doing a lot of fishing. Right, this is just back to me now once I top up, so I'm going to top that up, and I'm going to try this line down to my left, and I'm going to turn you guys off again. So thanks for listening to me ramble. Stuck something on the corn line up over towards the bridge. Could be a nice tench, I think. Oh, it's a carpet. It's encouraging. He must have been there feeding on that corn. So that was nice. So if we can start catching on the corn, then we can mag it off, because the corn will definitely sort us out some better fish. And that's what we need to do. We need to get sorted out some better fish, sorted out.